Alright, hello, hello, hello. Try to get this posted to Discord later. It's being a pain in the ass, so we'll do that later. Yeah, hello there, Citrus. Hello there, Alistair and King Sheep. How's everybody? Alright, let me see if I can't find... Where the hell did I put this? I'm trying to think. It's in the folder. Trying to find the manual for the Caribou. There it is. Alright. I got a manual here. I want to go through and get this cockpit kind of work set up here. Get the music turned down a hair. Alright, so let's see. This is the C7A, but it's this should be fine. It's pretty much mostly the same here. Let me see if C4 manual. Let's see if I can find a different manual for it. Yeah, let me just see. This is the one I downloaded. That's the 7 manual. That's the so I might not be able to get a 4 manual. I've already looked, so let me see. Let's see. Let's see. I got a maintenance manual. Run the C7A manual. Probably fine. I'd say the cockpit's pretty similar. It's probably other things. Let me see. 1,000 pages in this here. Some good stuff in here. We'll hold on to this as well. Jack screws. Let's see if there's any sort of cockpit. That's interesting. Let's see. Go back. Go back. Come on, come on, slow bastard. What is it? Chain? What is the chain? That's interesting. Saw the chain. I was interested with that. Let's see if they have cockpit stuff here. Why are we all zoomed in? Stop doing automatic zoom and zoom me out like a normal person to a whole page, you bastard. Let's go. Try to see if they have a gauge layout. The 7 has, the manual I have for the 7 is better. I'll probably end up just using that. We'll see if this one has a reasonable gauge. Just maintenance. Might have it, it might not. Good stuff in here. Brakes. Wheel brake, hydraulic actuators. Rudder pedals. Oleo. Let's see if I can find. Here's some panels. I think the 7 had better panels. It's kind of tough. This is showing how the systems interact with stuff. Like there's electrical panels. I think we're gonna use the 7. I would say it's pretty damn close. If we look here, this is more of an operations manual. So like right away, it's got the overheads. Looks pretty close to what I've seen. All right, so I've got the overhead pretty much done. Let's work on the center pedestal. So we need, the problem is this, I can't do multi-gauges. I can't do 2 needles for each, so I need 4 of these. 2 manifolds, 2 RPMs. But I'm not going to put in this radar, so that helps. So let's work on this panel next. Yeah. Yeah, some of the stuff's going to be tough, especially on the older stuff to find. All right, so center here. Let's do, I'm going to change these off of temp. Let's see, port. Let's see. Number 1, MP. So MP is manifold pressure. Number 2, manifold pressure. Number 1, RPM. Number 2, RPM. All right, and then what do we have? Let's go back and look here. So that takes care of these and they're moved into 4s. What is that? I can't see. I don't know what that is. Do not know what that could be. Vacuum. Carb air. Cylinder head temperature. Oil pressure. Oil pressure there, fuel pressure below. Let's see. So we'll do cylinder head temperature there, below that. Again, I'm gonna have to abridge some of this because I can't make the dial super tiny. So let's see. Number 1. I'll do temp just because it can be easier. I'll just do number 2 temp, make it easier. Alright, so that will be in those there. So this will be, let's fix the numbers here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6. And 7 and 8. I'll figure out what I want to put there next. Alright, let's see. Carb air, oil pressure, fuel pressure. Let's skip that there. Alright, there's the fuel system schematic. Here are the fuel pressures that would go in there. Alright, fuel panels to the left. We have left and right fuel quantities, boost pumps. Both So this is the tank selector there. I'm gonna have to not have a bunch of stuff just because I can't make the stuff small enough. Like this, you know, this is like the size of the panel we have in game. You see how much shit they can put on it. Here's the generators. All right, let's start working on these. So we have, what is that? Oil? What is that? Let me just look. I don't know what oil is. That must be, is that oil pumps? I don't know what that's all about. Some of the shit's not labeled very well. All right, let's look. I don't know what these two are. That's a fuel primer, battery master, primer, starter there. Lighting, it goes in the center pedestal. Let's see. I would say it's hard to tell where the hell this stuff's supposed to go. Is it 1, 2, 3, or what is it? Probably like that, I would say, because you want the landing gear to be able to be reached by both pilots, but I don't know where the landing gear is. So here is windscreen wipers, heat, landing gear with the horn test, lighting. So I gotta order that up. DC panel over there. So a bunch of this stuff's gotta have to be stripped. Where's the gear? Is it on the overhead? It must be in the overhead. See if it's on the overhead panel for gear. Let's see. Utility light switch, panel lights, taxi light switch, landing light switches, friction lever prop. Where? Landing gear selector level right there. Okay, that's on the top. Let's see if I put that in. Hello, Super Haikujin. How are you? Hello, hello. All right, let's see what's up here. Did I put that in here somewhere? That's flaps. Carb, heat, taxi light, flaps. Could get rid of carb heat for that. Let's see. Ignition 1 and 2. Landing light. Shit. Does that have landing light on it? That's weird. Yeah, I got landing lights up top. Okay. So the other lights are down below. Interesting. Alright, let's see. See if I can find some Caribou interior pictures. Alright, so landing gear panels in the center, lighting panels on the right. I can't get things as compact as they'd be IRL, so I'm going to do my best here. Alright, put that on the looky-loo over here. Fucking hell. Losing all half my shit that I need here. Let's get this moved. Okay. Move that over there, and then we can start closing up some of these windows. Yeah. A lot to put in here. Might move some. I'm gonna have to move some stuff, which is fine. Let's start working on the bottom panels first here. Let's see. Yeah, like all this goes right across, so. Trying to see what's in the center too. Between the legs. So I got a couple panels in between the legs here. So we have rudder pedal adjuster. Let's see, what are you? Hydraulic pressure, left, right. We have lighting, park brake, cockpit air control. Okay, so let's work on some of that. That will be here. So let's see. That's going to go across and then this. So we need hydraulic pressure. How's it doing? Okay, those are dials. What are they going up to? They go up to 5. And then we need a park brake there, and I'm just going to do a park brake light. I didn't mean to put it there. Alright, so that's good there. And then on the right side, it is wing and tail de-icing. I don't know what's going to go in there. That's weird. It's interesting. They have foot switches for the intercom and mic, which is kind of novel. Yeah, I'll have to look in the de-icing system. Look at the de-icing system here in a second. And I'll just continue this off of that. Alright, that will go like that. Let's go. Okay. And let's see if I can find de-icing systems in here. No. Interesting. No. Okay. Really? Everything's about that flight sim one. What the fuck? Yeah, everything's about the flight sim model. Interesting. All right. I'll work on that later. Hydraulic electric panel selector. Alright, let's go back up. Alright, so we have DC and ACs. Let's go. I gotta work on these center pedestals, and then we'll work on those. Bunch of the shit I don't need. So, like, oil. Those must be oil pumps. I'm not sure what this must be. Cowl flaps, I would say. Fuel primer, battery master, left, right starter button. Of course, they do the. So like this is easy. You move the switch to the left, starts left, and moves to the right. The problem is, can't do that in game, so I can't do that. All right, let's look at the plane. Put starters here. Try to keep them labeled correctly. Number 1 start. Shit. This is gonna trespass on my gear panel if I do it there. Let's see. We'll move it over here. Move it in the middle. Okay, let's go. Let's leave it like that for now. Move it over one. Alright, and then we gotta work on this panel here. That is wipers, landing gear, horn test. Alright. So heat, wiper. I'm not gonna put wipers in here, that's a problem, so. Yeah. All right, let's look at this. We gotta put some, I'm gonna do some of my own stuff here. I don't have any space up top here, so I'm gonna move the landing gear down to the bottom, I think. I already have starters up here, too. That's ignitions. This is weird. I gotta try to figure out why they're running some of the systems the way they're running. Stop. Let's see. If I can get electrical schematic, I can figure out what they're doing here. Alright, panel light controls, dome light, utility light, got carb heat, friction lever. Okay, I must have taken some liberties. We have throttle there, reverse pitch, throttle closed, landing light switches, taxi light switch, right here, ignitions. I'm looking at them right now. Is that magnetos? Yeah, right here, ignition. Yeah. Weird. Must have turned the ignitions on the starter. Number 1 ignition, number 2 ignition. These need to be toggles then. I thought they were going to be starters, but they're not. Landing light, landing light. Why are there 2 landing lights? There are. They're on either wing. Makes a pain in the ass. And then gear is supposed to be on the left side of the panel. I don't have space there, so what I think I'm going to do is push it right here. Okay, landing gear. Alright, do that. Then down here, Okay, we'll do that, and then these will be indicators for the gear. Okay, those will be the 3 indicator lights there. For if they're down and locked, these will be blacked out. This will be a gear alarm test button. Gear horn test. Okay. All right, that's helping. All right, let's get the electrical side of the panel worked on here. Check up a chat real quick. In New York, hello, and from New York. All right, let's see. Why isn't that coming up? Come up there, guy. Let's see. Here's a fuel system for the primer. What I might do for the primer is, what we'll do is, you need to click the primer. I'm trying to think. Yeah. Are those oil pumps? That's the thing here. There's no oil in an entire operations manual? How? How is there nothing about oil in a operations manual? Doesn't make any goddamn sense. That's primer for left and right. Hot fuel prime. Vent doors battery master goes over here. All right, let's see what I can come up with here. Let's go. Number 1 prime. Okay, and then we'll do let's go over here for a second. Got a lot of panel over here. See what the actual picture looks like. Okay, this barren over here, so we can cut some of this. So it's stuff to the right, the panel can go. So that can go. That will help out. Stop, you bastard. Go there, paint you this color. Oh, come on, man. What the fuck is it coloring now? Color the thing, you son of... Oh, it's additive paint. I'm going to say, color the thing, you son of a bitch. There we go. All right, that goes like that. No, don't do that. So right there. Yeah, I got to figure out what some of these are. It says oil. I assume those are oil pumps. It probably doesn't have an engine-driven oil pump. Part of the problem is, like, I need to get DC systems in here. An AC system, so I'm going to have to see what the AC and DC panels are and move some of the stuff that needs to be moved. Everything's in the wrong friggin' screens here. Let's put this up here. All right. Let's find the AC/DC panels and check those out. Stop. Scroll up. What is this? This is the AC system. Nope, that's the fuel panel. All right, fuel panel. Let's see. Fuel quantity left and right. A bunch of boost pumps and stuff that's not getting in there, essentially. And then what is this? That's different aircraft. Where are the AC/DC panels here? I think they're lower. Yeah, they're lower. That's the AC/DC panel right there. So that's generators, left, right. Okay, so I need generator switches and I need AC. I need volts and battery for both systems. All right. All right, let's see. All right, what else can this have? Because we're pretty tight. Manifold, manifold, temp. Manifold, manifold, RPM, temp, temp. Fuel will go here. So let's go. Fuel. Gauge. All right, so that will be that. All right. Then I'm gonna need to move some of the electrical systems down. So what I think we'll do is we'll do number 1 gen. See how everything's all over the place? Modern aircraft don't do this. Everything's tight and where it belongs. It took them a long time to realize that was a good way to do things. Because you used to put shit everywhere. It was a fucking nightmare. You had to go all over the place to find something. You know, so it was back and forth, you know. Now it's much more like, you see, with even the A310 that I was flying earlier, you can see shit makes sense where it is. All right, fuel quantity there. Here's the DC system. Where's the AC/DC panel here? All right, so it generators there. I need this stuff though, so let's go back in here. What we'll do is I will go number 1 volts. Number 1 gen. To gen. And then what we'll do is I'm gonna add the panel over here because we need the space. Because this 6-pack takes up a lot more space than it would take up IRL, so I can't really put it all there. And then to avoid confusion, we're gonna do. I'm gonna find that page here. It's up here. Where the fuck is it? I'm zoomed in again, which is not helpful to find this shit. Alright, here it is. Right here I need to do these lights, so let's find those. So first is going to be anti-collision on. Okay. Anti-collision. Flip switch there. Okay. Next is going to be... it says warning dim bright. Let's do... Standby compass. Wing inspection light. Where the fuck are the rest of the lights? Oh, they're up top. Weird. This shit's weird. Alright, this stuff's weird. Let's see. You had to do a replica, Alistair, huh? That's the light for the standby compass. Wing inspection, flip switch. Okay. Alright. Starting to come along here. Alright, let's see. That's coming up. That's coming pretty well there. We got most of this in there that I need. I'm trying to... I then have to try to figure out the systems and how I'm going to make the systems operate, so... Let's see. Some of this shit has to be simplified just for the space reasons. Like, look right. Oh, you know what it is? It's pictures. That's why it can't search for anything. It's pictures, so it can't search for the text. Fucker. That's what it is. Alright, let's see what I can get on this. I'm gonna have to read it because it's, it can't search the text. That's what's going on there. Alright, let's see. DC, utility receptacle, we're at the bottom here. Inverter switches. The main standby inverter switch is a 3-position switch. AC electrical, AC failure, AC standby inverter, hydraulic power supply switch. The normal hydraulic system figure is a primary power by 2 engine-driven hydraulic pumps, one on each engine, which supply fluid and pressure to the hydraulic reservoir to operate landing gear, wing flaps, wheel brakes, nose wheel steering circuit. In the event of malfunction, okay, so I wonder if the oil is for the hydraulic oil. That would make sense to me. Let's see if we have a switch on the DC electrical system schematic. I need to look at the hydraulic system. There's the fuel system. Here it is. I wonder if this is, what is this, oil dilution system right here? What is that about? Oil dilution. That is that's it right here. What the hell is oil dilution? Let me look that up. Aircraft oil dilution system. What the fuck? Process involves adding gasoline to the oil system when the engine is shut down. The gasoline thins the oil, preventing it from solidifying in cold weather. So it's anti-freezing shit. It's because it's in Canada, where they don't have any heat. So that's what the oil is to prevent freezing of your oil in Canada. I'm telling you. Ugh, they gotta be different, don't they? It's like an anti-sludge system, essentially. Pain in the ass. That's what those 2 oil switches are. Okay. That's what that is. Alright. I'm not putting that in. There's no reason. Like, half this shit I don't need. That's what that is. Emergency fuel shutoff valves. Strainers. I'm trying to think what I want to get on that left panel. It's too damn cold in Canada. Alright, so we have, okay, so if you look here, we have battery master emergency. If we go down on the panel here, that is right here. So we have battery master. There should be an emergency on there, so we'll add that on there. So here will be... I'm, 'cause, 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 ' Emergency battery. And I think what I'll do is just add 2 gauges on them. That's what I'll do. We'll do this. That'll fill that out. Alright, that'll finish filling out that panel. At least it'll be close to what it's supposed to be. It won't be perfect, but it's not a big deal. I don't know what the gauges on a de Havilland are colored. Do you know, Alistair, what the gauge color is on a de Havilland? See what the center pedestal is all about here. Adding gasoline to the oil to keep it from balling up. What are these? Okay, this is the bottom row of this panel here, and then what is all this shit up top? That's all emergency stuff. Okay. We should have radio in the center here. Let's see what that center pedestal panel is here. I want to see what these are. Where the hell did it go? It's on this one here, right there. All right, it's these here. So we have oil pressure, fuel pressure, oil pressure, fuel pressure for the 2 engines. That's what that is. All right. All right. All right, that does that. All right, let's see. All right. All right. All right, systems for days. Let's go ahead and sit in there. It's got side panels too. I haven't even, probably won't dick with too much of that. Alright, that's good. I like the feel of this. That's pretty good. Alright, can I get everything? Landing gear, okay. Let's try something here real quick, see. Okay. What do we go up to on this? That's the flat panel. What are we on here? 12. That's where it's supposed to be, right here. So that's where the gear is supposed to be on the left side here, so that's fixed. All right, let's take the systems I have and try to dick with this. All right. Let's first start with gear. That's easy. Where the hell's the gear? Right here. Okay. So gear panel is easy peasy, breezy, beautiful cover girl right there. All right, let's see. One. All right, that triggers the gear. Why is this off? These all off. Go tighten up there, bitch. There we go. All right, I got to write out on this. So what are we taking in here? Batteries. I need these lights here, so let's see. What are you? Hydraulics and park brake. Okay. Get these numbers justified here. 1. Okay. Shit. Yes, it's much easier to do a modern system with this because it's just things are in a logical place, but I'm gonna have to like do multiple inputs from the controllers because of this. Let's see. What are we on there? 9, 10, 11, 12, 10, 11. One of the reasons I've been putting this off is it's a little bit pain in the balls. All right, let's look at what we're running this system on here. That goes in from the turboprop controller. I haven't renamed it yet. What is this? That is carb heat, taxi light, flaps. Ugh. Let's see. What are those? Landing light. Jesus, this is going to be gross. We're up to 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Christ, this is going to suck. Let's see. What do we get up to? Flap controller is by itself. Perfect. All right, that's going up to 20. 24, 28, 32. We can run it. All right. Shit. Three. I'm gonna go get a drink, take a quick break, be right back. I am returned here. Alright, 24. Renumber a ton of shit here. 25. 6. What are we on to here? Give me a pain in the balls. This is shit. Such a pain in the balls. All right. Just this, like, modern aircraft's so easy because everything's in a logical position. So, like, all the electrical stuff I can get done in 3 panels and they're all next to each other. This shit is going from top, bottom, and I got to tie all this shit in. It's tough. Gearhorn test. What is going? Yeah. Ooh, let's see. I've got a way around some of this. All right. What is that? Flaps. What is over here then? Flaps over there too. Why is it in 2 fucking places? We're gonna work on it, see what it. If I need to change anything, I can change it. Go to 64 devs. Let's see. Alright, to there, and then nope, it goes there, and then this needs to go down to here, and then this needs to go out to panel, and then panel. I'm carrying it through. Nope, I'm running duals. Alright, and then we'll run this one here to panel, and then I gotta rewrite all this shit, so that's great. Let's see. Alright, so let's start. So ignition here, 13, 14. Okay. Alright, so where's my starter button? Alright, 13. Figure out the other one here. Where the hell's the panel? Right here. Alright, and then I gotta figure out what the bottom is for the starter. That's gonna be 2. 26. 26. Alright, that'll fix. So we have to turn on the ignition or else the starter won't work. That will be cool. And then let's see. So one thing I want to do here is I have a desired stoichiometry number here. And what I think I want to do is control this with my mixture. Let's do that now. So this would be 11 and 9. Okay, so we'll find that. It's already in there. Let's go up to. I'll leave it there. Let's see. And then this is where I'm doing it here. So what we'll do is, let's see. Enabled, let's see, 0.001. That's gonna be smaller than that. Let's say 0, and then we need 0.2. Let's not be hasty with my bullshit here. Let's go 0.0001 enabled 0.2 greater than 0, and this one will go there. Stop. Here. It's fine. Stop. Alright, so that will, the mixture will actually control the stoichiometry of the engine. It's looking pretty good so far. Then I need to think of what I want to do for the primer. We'll figure that out later. Might make it just fake. Let's see, update that. Okay. Okay, that's good. What are you talking about here? I gotta look. $29. Okay. Alright, there's the starter there. Alright, good. And generator, I gotta look those up. Shit. Shit, generators are over here. God damn it. I have to run separate shit for the generators. That's a pain in the ass. Oh, it really is. That really is. Alright, whatever. Panels are gonna have to grow. It's just the way of it. Because this is such a convoluted control system. Let's see. Let's go. Get off this heavy ship music. I don't need that right now. Go back to the beginning. Okay. Where is it? Okay, there's the generator panel. All right. Well, can you just fucking do it right? Come on. Go to 4. All right, there we go. Shit and shit. That's alright. Yes. I'm gonna run both from the same panel. It's getting ugly. It's getting ugly, man. Just, it's such a convoluted, fucked up dash. It really is. Just like shit doesn't belong where it should be. And it just, it makes it a pain in the ass. It really does. Let's go. Alright. Oh, it's so convoluted. It really is. Let's try to run them through. See if it becomes a pain in the ass. It often does. Yeah, it often does become a pain in the ass here. We'll see what happens. Gonna have to be a very specialized panel, which I was trying to get away from. I was trying to make up my new recip panels, but I'm not gonna be able to. Very obnoxious, that is. Yeah, I was trying to get a standardized panel. It's just not gonna work. Let's see, Jen. Run off another panel. What are we up to on there? Yeah, that's gonna be a problem. Balls. I'm gonna do that in a separate panel to read just out, so let's do this. On top or then the bottom? They're on the top, right? Let's see. Let's see if they're on the top or the bottom. They're on the top. All right, we'll do that, and then that will save me from having to really bastardize these panels too much. And this will go into... What the fuck happened to it? That'll do it. All right. I deleted the wrong fucking one. There we go. All right, there we go. All right, that'll do. All right, that's in. What are you? Throttle number? What the fuck is that about? Oh, that was a readout. Okay. All right, that fixes that. Oh, Jesus Christ. Accidentally deleted something. Fuck, stop. Okay. What is this? That can go. Temps, alright. Let's fix this up. So it's going to be manifold pressure, RPM, temps, fuel. Okay. Alright, we got port, we got RPS, port and starboard temps there. Let's see. DHC. Actually, let's look at the manual. We should be able to see what the max out is on the manifolds. Oh, Jesus. 75. Wow. Okay, 75 on the manifold pressure. That's nuts. All right. So let's see. Starboard temp, RPSs, and then I've got temps, and then what else do I need? Fuels. Okay. I need quite a few of these fuels here. All right, let's see. let's see. Port and starboard, that's going to be channel 3-3. That's going to ride out here. Let's get this fixed. I need 8 of these. All right, 8. Let's see. And I, that's wrong. And I need to go. I'm trying to think how to do manifold pressure, so. I know how to run these. I'm just trying to figure it out. Shit. Be a pain in the ass right now. Let me fix these first. These I can do. No, don't do adds. Do functions. I'll do it in pounds. Let's see. Let's see. Should be 0.85, I think, diesel. Liters to LBS. 1.8 pounds and a liter of diesel. Okay. How am I going to do manifold pressure? That's the thing. Let's take... We got it here. Okay, let's do this. That's not going to work. Shit. Shit, that's not going to work. For now, let's read this, and I'll see if I can't get it to work. I tried this before, getting like an actual manifold pressure rating. It just doesn't work right. So I'll see if I can't look at it again. All right. Alright, temps handles, let's fix this. It's the bottom. That's gonna be faked bullshit. So that will eventually, I think, will go in there, but I need to just get that going here. Give me this, please. Thanks. Alright, let's go. Number 2 inboard. Number 2 wing. Number 1 inboard. Number 1 wing. There we go. Alright, that's gone now. What do you got here? Starboard RPS. Port RPS. That's already in. Okay. Let's get a crank out of this, see what's up. Alright, let's go. Gotta go mixtures full on this to give it some fuel. Ignition 2. Alright, so that's reading many, many zeros. Go for a quick flight. Get us out of here. Has a good short field performance. As the real Caribou does. Gear. So no gyro yet. See if I put it on. I might not even bother with an autopilot. I gotta put in some sort of yaw adjustment system. Alright, then we start bringing the prop back. Let's see what the... I'll play with that later. Let's see what the max RPM is going to be first. Oh, perfect. Look at that. See that? The problem... Yeah. See that how it's 0072? I can multiply it by 100. That might work. Let me bring it back. Oh, yeah. That's going to work. All right. That should work, we hope. Alright, so 18 on that. So you should be able to shut the ignitions off after I start it. I like the general setup in here. So it'll be battery master, we'll show the battery, we'll have prime the engines. So what I'll probably do is you have to hold the primer to get the fuel valve to turn on, essentially. Starters, we'll have, this would be 3 green when the gear is down. There's the gear horn test, which you go, and it would do the buzzer. If we're low with flaps down, it's going to buzz like it would in real life. That'll be RPM. Cooling works really well. Have had no problem with cooling. So just like in real life, you can't run full throttle with the prop all the way back or all the way forward and expect it not to overheat. Just bring your prop back a little bit and you can run full throttle and you still get good speed. So it's down to 10 RPM. If I go full prop on this, they're only 16-cylinder engines, so they're not super powerful. You'll be in slow flight the whole time. How do I figure all this out? Just got 6,000 hours doing it, so, or almost 7,000 hours doing it. So maybe more than 7,000. Let me look. I gotta be close to hitting it. 6,900 hours in the game. So plus I've got a background in aviation, so know a lot of the systems. It's like anything. You spend enough time doing it, you get good at it. No shortcut. Alright, so here are all my throttles, props, and mixtures. So I've got the mixtures tied to stoichiometry. I'm curious how that's going to work out. So it's literally connected to stoichiometry. So full forward is full stoich, and then if I go back a little, I want to see how the engines behave. No problem. So the way you shut off your engines is going to bring the mixtures all the way back, just like you would in real life. Carb heat. I don't know what I'm going to do with carb heat. What I'll probably end up doing is the engine will run a little rough, maybe. What I might do is when the carb heat's on, it will give it a little bit of a bigger, I don't know how to make it run rough. I was going to give it a p-value. What I might do is just decrease the maximum. I'll drop a percentage off of the maximum RPS. Because with carb heat on, you're heating up the air going in the carburetor, and you lose performance. So what I'll probably do is drop the max RPS. And that will, so if you take off with carb heat, you'll end up having a performance loss like you would in real life. We'll do an off-field landing here. Just gonna kick the rudder. I don't have the yaw system, and I think I'm gonna do no autopilot on this. Yeah, I think we'll do no autopilot on this, but this would have passed my challenge. As you can see, I got the two containers in there. We'll go into Clark. So you see the temps are pretty good. No problems with the temperatures. So those two would be on. I'm not reading volts. I don't know why I'm not reading volts. Oh, because infinite electricity's on. That would do it. Now, where the fuck is Clark? Yeah, it's right there. I'm gonna kick the rudder. I'll fix that. I'll show people what I was talking about in the challenge. I'm gonna start putting the prop forward for landing. Alright, landing gear's coming down. Go to the left base for the runway here at Clark. And then when they go down, these 3 green lights will light up. Let's go full forward in the prop. Started putting some flap in. Just like in real life, I gotta retrim when the flaps go in. You have to retrim for the power and the gear too. Alright, watching my speed here. Want about 80 knots. I don't know what the approach speed is in the real Caribou, but I'm using about 80 knots for this. Little trim here as we're getting slow. So this is a good slow flight here. You can, like, the plane will get wallowy, like it will feel like it's slower to control. That's because you have less airflow over the wings. That's what it feels like. You know, the wings drop easier when you are slow. Here we go. Nice base to final. I'm going to fly again tomorrow, so that'll be fun. IRL. There we go. Gotta get over that. Gotta get over that track switcher there. All right. I'll put reverse on here too. Bringing the flaps up. So I like the general layout too. It's useful. Like, manifold pressure is going to tell me how much I'm asking from the engine. This is going to give me the RPM. Temp's good there. Fuel. Oil pressure, fuel pressure will just run there. I'll fake them out a little bit. I'll probably use... Oil pressure will definitely be faked, but I might use the fuel pressure off of the... I'll do the node off of the, what do you call it? The fuel manifolds. So that will give me variable pressure right off the fuel manifolds. Alright, so let's pull that back. So that was pretty good. It flies really well. Might do no, what do you call it? No gyro at all. Yep, the old rookie hours. You see. I have 2 6-cylinders, and they have 5x2 air heat exchangers. Yeah. Yeah, I can get my what do you call it? My Antonov 2 sub 40 knots. That thing's brutal. Let's see. All right. So that worked really well. Let's work with this manifold pressure. Let's see. So I think I got an idea with manifold pressure. So let's go ahead and do functions. Let's do this. Take that, go like that. Take this, take that, go like that. Zing. Let's go, da-da-da-da. Alright, let's say Z is going to be whatever. Alright, let's go ahead. No, Z, please, thanks. Alright. Alright, let's go and we'll do a property number. This is... Alright, so let's see if this will show me a reasonable number. I think it's going to be alright. We'll try that. These need to be multiplied, so I'm going to work on this some. You know, the thing that helps with learning logic is you want to do one step at a time. Like, what are you trying to accomplish? Do that. Like, don't see it as an entire project. See it as, like, I'm trying to accomplish one thing. Like, right here. I'm trying to turn RPS into RPM. Done. You know, so you get overwhelmed if you try to do, like, think of doing too much at once. It's like, you got to kind of take it step by step. All right, manifold pressure's in. Let's go ahead and detach the clutches and see how this works for me. Where's the clutches? Clutches right here. All right, let's detach the clutches so I can just run it in the hanger. And we'll see how the manifold looks. All right, let's go ahead and we want to go ignition 1, crank. Ignition 2, crank. All right. We cranked or no? What's, oh, mixtures. I didn't go mixtures. Mixtures. So that literally shuts the fuel off, so we have no fuel going in the engine. All right. The engines are running crazy because they're not on the prop here. Let's just do this. That's not gonna work because they're gonna have no resistance. Let's go back, clutches on. And then what we'll do is we'll take off the prop pitch. Or is it prop pitch? Right there. Put the prop pitches back on after I test out the manifold pressure. The mixture needs to come full rich for a start. We do our primers. All right. What is it doing now? That's weird. Let's go 1800s on those. So let's do that. Start indexing some of these gauges. I'll just go for a flight. That's going to be a better representation of what's going to go on because without the engine having any stress, we're not going to get proper air values on it anyway. So I might as well just run it and see what's up. Prop. Where the fuck is prop? Prop. Where is prop? There it is, right there. It has constant speed propellers already on it, so it's already in there. All right, mixture's coming full rich. All right, it's flaps. Like a proper airplane, you do a little bit of flap for takeoff and full flaps landing. Why? See, these were... Okay, they're 0.72. I need another 200ths. Okay. Can't take it back right there. All right, I need 2 more hundredths on those. All right. And then let's go in here real quick. All right, so that's just clamping this out so that the gauge can't overrun or underrun the numbers I want in there. That's it. So I'm looking for the manifold pressure to act accordingly. So as I ask the engine to get less air, that's what the manifold pressure is doing, is it's reading how much air is going into the cylinder. Because as you gain altitude, IRL, you're going to lose some manifold pressure. There we go. So that's an indication to me of power is manifold pressure. And then this is RPM. The power's up top, RPM is down below. And then I'm going to go ahead, we'll bring the gear up. Go ahead and bring the flaps up. Alright, so now I'm going to bring my... So generally, once you've taken off, you can start bringing your prop back, and you're going to bring your manifold pressure back a little bit. So manifold pressure comes back a little bit. We're at, let's go to like 65 is fine. And we're going to bring our prop back. And you notice as I bring my prop back, the manifold pressure comes back too. You do these independent of one another, IRL. And let's see if I can dick around with manifold pressure by bringing back the stoichiometry. I'm going to eventually kill the engine, but there we go, killed the engine. Shit. Alright, it's back. So I killed the engine a little bit there. So it doesn't affect it by much. You can see it affects it a little bit. Very little. See how it's like I'm moving decimal places there? This one's at 59. So, yeah, so the mixture is working. You can see how it's changing the power. I'm changing how much stoichiometry on the engine. Alright, good. Let's go ahead and do the yaw. So I'm not going to put the autopilot on this. I'll show you what I was talking about with the challenge. Alright, let's see. So it's super simple. This is what you do. Come in here. Blank. This is the... let's see. Yaw. Bank system. Yaw bank system. Okay, we want to go... let's see. Positive input. PHY for the physics sensor. Let's go property over there. That's going to be number output. Number input. This is going to be seat. And then what I want for just now is I'm going to tune this in. Alright, so this is all you do. Super simple. Because again, multi-engine aircraft, I can put my feet flat on the floor and bank without ever touching my rudder. Rudder up, ball stick there, physics sensor. Alright, I gotta figure out... Shit. Does anyone know off the top of their head which ones roll? The number? I can't remember off the top of my head. 15 or 16? I can't remember. Let's see. We're going to read number 1. I don't need the seat. Why am I putting this? Oh, to add the rudder. Okay, that's why. Okay. So let's do... So this will add our rudder to it, so we can control it as well. That goes to rudder. It's 15 or 16, I can't remember. Nobody looked it up, huh? Nobody looked it up, huh? Just hoping somebody's looking up roll tilt for me, but lazies. Do it myself. Ah, couldn't paste it. Bunch of lazies. All right, let's see. X. It's X. All right. Let's see. 16. All right. It was 15 or 16. I could not remember which one it is. It is 16. All right. So this will be 16. All right. So all you're doing is you're taking the physics sensor and you're multiplying it by. You're adding it. No, never mind. What the fuck am I doing there? Why am I doing that? This is wrong. X times Z, so that is your roll tilt times your factor, and then you're going to add in your own input, which is Y. Let's move that around. Do that. All right, that will do. And then the tuner is going to be, we'll see how harsh or not harsh I want it. See how much yaw it adds in there. So let's get it all hooked up here. Pinky block. That'll go up here. I can find it right there. This will go to the Ruder. All right, this will go to the seat combiner, which eventually I'll put back in, or put in. Physics sensor, wherever you went there, sir, madam. Right here. All right, that's good. All right. So now as we roll, it's going to give us yaw, so let's go. All right, positive rate, gears coming up, flaps coming up. All right, what do we do? I think we do manifold RPM. Can't remember. There's an order to it. I haven't flown a complex in quite a while. IRL. Just do them in order. I think you might do RPM, then manifold. I can't remember. All right, so right now when I bank, see how we're not turning? We should be turning. So what I'm going to do is start adding in the numbers. So 0.1, And now we're going to watch the rudder. So that added a little bit. So let's do 0.2, 5. Let's see, 0.5. The fuck? Did I not hook it up right? Got no control of it. Something screwed up there. I gotta fix it. No control. Goddamn. Alright, let's look. Seat combiner goes to the seat. That's fine. That goes to the physics sensor. That's fine. You're going to the rudder, right? Rudder. Okay, and then this is going to there. Okay, what the Christ is going on here? Why is this weird? You're merged, right? Yeah, you are. It was doing nothing, so. Should have tested before we left. Right, let's look. That's why. Should be plus Y. Nope, fuck me. X times, I completely screwed this up. All right. When I move things around, I never redid the numbers here. Let's go like this. You go there. You go there. All right. Try to remember what these are supposed to be. All right. X is the physics sensor, so it'll be X times Y plus Z. No wonder it's all ballsed up. All right, there we go. There we go. Make sure it's hooked to that rudder. I'm pretty sure I hooked it. Yep. All right, we'll test it before I even get started. Make sure the rudder oscillates when I kick it. No. What the fuck is going on here? Why am I getting no seat controls? Oh, I hooked it up wrong again. Jesus Christ. That's why. All right. That should be 4. No, that should be 3. Okay, 3. Brains mush. All right, there we go. All right, let's go ahead and we'll go. I think 0.25 is on what a lot of them I have, so we'll start with 0.25. Let's go ahead and crank this birch up. All right, let's go. Positive rate, that's gear up. Flaps coming up. Alright, flaps are up. Alright, when we roll, we should expect to get some yaw. Why are we not? Let's see. Let's just go right to, oh, it's got to be a positive number, that's why. Okay. Going backwards? It might be backwards. Let's do a big number. There we go. Yeah, it's backwards. Alright. It's backwards. So let's fix that. Now it's inverted. This is the problem when you have start getting a longer startup procedures. It takes you a second to get testing, but this plane's not too bad for that. Now let's do laps. See ya. Alright, positive rate gears coming up. Flaps coming up. Alright, flaps are up. So you see I'm starting to turn now to the right, slowly. So let's increase it. So let's do 2. You see it starting to go. That's pretty slow, I'd say. If I increase the bank angle, I want a faster turn there, just like you would in real life. Ufertab was asking, like, don't you have, won't you lose altitude? Yeah, that's what back pressure is for. You add back pressure. And eventually you're going to get to the point where if you do a 90-degree knife edge, that's why fighters can do 90-degree knife edges and most can't. You see how we lose altitude? Most airplanes can't do that. You have to add too much back pressure. Like, I can do a knife edge, and I have to use full elevator. See, I'm at full elevator, and I don't have enough elevator to maintain altitude. So what I have to do is roll out my wings. So I have to roll to there to get the wings out. So, like, that's extreme. So let's go 1.5. So, like, this is about a standard rate turn. You can see here, that's standard rate right there. This notch right there is the standard rate turn. And you can see the standard rate turn should take you 1 minute to turn around. So let's play with it. We'll do a timer. That's why it's standard rate, is for timing things. All right, we'll go standard rate, and we'll see how long it takes me. All right, 3, 2, 1. So, standard rate turn should take a minute to go 360 if memory serves from many years ago. So we started on, I didn't check, but it's like 100 heading. Kind of see where we're at with that. The 180, I'll have to look. We'll see where we get when we get to 180. We're at 30 seconds. That looks good for a 180-degree turn. I'll look it up. That's what you want it to be. IRL is. Standard rate will give you a 180-degree turn in a minute. So let's see what it looks like when we get there. We're close. 8 seconds and we're within 6 degrees. That's about perfect. 57 seconds. All right. So that's 57 seconds. Let me just double check that's what it actually is. Let's see. Rate, turn, 180 degrees. Let's see. So it'd be an aviation standard rate turn is also a turn that completes 180 degrees in 1 minute. Yeah, it's 180 degrees in 1 minute. So that's perfect. That's almost perfect on the money. So it took us 57 seconds to do a 180-degree turn at standard rate. If we go more than standard rate, you can see we can make the turn tighter. So you see how it's tighter? That's about perfect. What do I got? 1.5 on there? All right, perfect. That's pretty good. So you should be able to just, like, bank your craft to turn. That's what it's like in real life. And then we go to standard rate. We know that we're going to do 3 degrees per second. So if we want to go 90 degrees, right, we need to go for 30 seconds. So to turn 90 degrees, it's going to take us 30 seconds. If we go more, it's going to take us less than 30 seconds. So you see we're getting hot. So I have to bring the props back or else we're gonna overheat. Just like you would in real life. As you can see, we're dropping temp. We're still doing about 136 knots, but you can't run these types of planes at full throttle all day long. It's just not how you do it. Let's do we'll do an off-field landing here. All right, so we'll go gear down. Start bringing the power back and the prop forward. Start going full flaps. Now, you shouldn't have to worry about overheating here because you're bringing your power back. You know, I've talked before, like, you know, when you go low pitch on your props, you're doing low load. And that's going to help you increase the RPM so your engine's more dynamic. We're gaining temp on that. I got to keep an eye on. Well, we're a little fast. We'll drop some speed here. Because I'm dropping the load on the engine, but I'm increasing the RPS. So, like when I talked about the relationship between RPS and load, yeah, your load has gone down, but your RPM has gone up, and so. Like, we can run at a much higher load at a low RPM. Land on the road here. As I pitch the nose up, I need to add some power. I slammed. I only have parking brakes. That's why we skid. Was I have parking brakes. So, but pretty good there. And then we'll take the parking brakes off. I'll taxi us. So what I'm gonna do is when I'm at full deflection on the rudder, I'm going to make it add, and I press the brake pedal button, which will be space. It will then do differential braking. So I really liked how Citrus's system was set up, but I think this would be cool because what I'll do is when I go full deflection on the rudder and I tap the brake, it will only do the inboard wheel. So when you stop in straight, it will still give you both wheels. When you go ahead and do... when you have the rudder full deflection, you tap the brake, it will only do the inboard wheel, so you can get differential braking as well. Alright, so as soon as we get up in the air, we want to start bringing that prop back, partly because our engine's already hot. So, props coming back is going to put load in the engine, and it's going to overload the engine and drop the RPS. So the RPS is going to bring you below the threshold to overheat. Because the load has gone up, but the RPM has gone down, so it keeps you from overheating. As you can see, we're gaining temp. Let's come back on the prop some more. So we're adding more load, and there we go. We've added enough load to look what happened to the RPM. The RPM went from 800 down to 700, so now we're below the line that would cause us to overheat, so we're not going to overheat. That's one of the reasons you bring your prop back IRL is to be more efficient and to not overheat, you know, to put less stress in the engine. Gear's coming up. Camo needs some work, but I just did it to get me interested in it. The engines are not that big. The engines are only in the front part of that nacelle there. Because the wheels take up most of that nacelle. The engines are only that front section by that line. There's 16 cylinders. Yeah, differential braking's big on turning. So, like, I could still kick the rudder. I'll kick the rudder now. But you wouldn't do that IRL to turn. You know, you just roll and it will do it for you. See if I can do a loop. Probably stall this one out. Yeah, we're going to stall. That's a stall, okay? So when people are like, aerodynamics sucks in game, I just did a perfect stall there. Like it was being real life. Pick the nose up. We're going to stall. And watch, I let go. Watch what happens. I let go, the nose naturally comes back down. As the nose comes down, what happens? The speed comes up. Just like it would in real life. Now, notice the speed went to 134. Look what happens to the nose. I haven't touched anything in a while here. Watch what happens. The nose comes up. What's going to happen when the nose comes up? The speed will go down. What happens when the speed goes down? Airflow over the wings decreases, and we start to dip the nose. Watch what happens. Here comes the nose. We've lost airspeed. What happens when the nose goes down? Airspeed comes back up. I gotta unroll this here. Let's unroll this. So I do these with the students all the time to show them, you know, when I'm the flight instructor. If you leave the plane alone, if you take your hands off it, the plane will do a lot of the correcting itself, you know. Because that gives them confidence that if they really, like, if they just let the plane kind of settle out, they'll be okay at altitude. You can't really do it too close to the ground, but just get rid of the trim. So, like, what we would do is I would level the plane out and tell them to let go of the stick or the yoke. They let go. So the nose is going down, so we can anticipate that it's going to gain speed. As it gains speed, it will gain airflow over the wings and give it more lift. I probably needed that little bit of trim in. It needed a touch more trim. Let's put that trim back to where it was. And so watch what happens. See how the nose comes back up because we're gaining airspeed? So I know people give that shit about the aerodynamic model. It's pretty reasonable, man. It's just, I think a lot of people have no clue how aerodynamics works in a physical setting, you know? So now the nose comes up. So once the nose comes up, the airspeed's going to drop off. We lose lift when the airspeed drops off. Watch the VSI. Trying to keep us from rolling here. As we lose airspeed, we'll eventually start to, the nose will start to drop. There it goes. Starting to come down. Here it comes. There goes the VSI. I'm just keeping the wings level here is all I'm doing. Just tapping the wings level. Alright, so that's what happens in real life. So this thing should be absolutely insane on fuel. Should be really good on fuel. Like, look at it drinking the fuel. That's, that is pounds. That's pounds, too. That's not liters. That's pounds. So every 2 of these, every 2 ticks is 1 liter. So it's half as fast as it looks like it is. Now we're going 140 knots. And I have 2 cargo. I have 2 pallets in here. 2 of the 2 or 3. Can't tell. I think I have 2 in here. I can't tell. Yeah, it looks like 2. You know, if I drop those off, we'd be even more efficient. Then if I bring the prop all the way back, we're going to get hyper efficient, but we'll start to lose enough power to really maintain what we're doing here. So, because you notice, look at the RPMs now down to 500 RPM. And so as we load up the engine by increasing the propeller pitch, naturally we're going to lose manifold pressure because the engine is not able to spin as fast. If it's not spinning as fast, it's not taking as much air. And if it's not taking in as much air, guess what? We're burning less fuel. That's the whole thing. So your manifold pressure will go down. That means your fuel is going to be going down. Fuel burn. So here's 112 knots. Let's watch the fuel sip now. Look at how slow the fuel's going. And again, every 2 of these is 1 liter. So let's do a quick stopwatch here if I can get it going here. Now we'll go at 7. So we'll wait for 2, so we'll wait for 5. Alright. So 5, what the fuck? So 5 seconds to a liter. That makes sense. 12. So that's 720 liters per hour per engine. So 1440 liters per hour. So this thing will cost me about, say it's $2, $2,880 an hour to run. So pretty cheap. And then if we go up to, let's say, how long would it take us to get to the Arctic here? That is 118 kilometers. I got to do the math on that. km to nautical miles. It always does nanometers. Let's see. 117, 63 nautical miles. Half an hour. About half an hour. So that's going to cost us $14.40 to go up to the Arctic. Pretty damn cheap. Yeah, that's why I think like the devs should add pallets, because now imagine you're able to bring up 2 pallets up to the Arctic. Let's say they don't have to be super expensive. Let's say they're 5,000 a piece. That's 10,000. So it cost me 1,400 to go up to the Arctic, and I make 10,000. That's $8 grand to go up there. It's pretty good money, especially when you can't afford some of the more expensive shit. So let's try something. See if I can get my binoculares out. Yeah, let's see. Let's get rid of that waypoint so I can see. All right, let's go ahead and start bringing up the prop. I'm going to land on this island 12 o'clock if I can. Try to land on it and take off of it. All right, let's go down, gear down. So I also index this to 115, so if it hits the end, we catch on fire. All right, landing gear's down. Let's go full flaps. All right, we've got full flaps in. I'll land on this island here. I got to trim now. So trim, 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 trim. I don't want to go any slower than 80, really. I only have parking brake, too. I don't have progressive brakes on this. I don't know what the terrain looks like on this island. This could be ugly. We'll see. Trying to land on the beach where hopefully it's not too hilly. Coming just a little bit fast, and I'm going to chop it when we get over the beach. All right, brakes. All right, we're off. We're on, okay. So, like, imagine you get a mission to deliver something to this island, and all the cool ways you could come up with doing that, you know? That's what I think would be really super cool. And then this, you know, these were designed to have really good short field takeoff. One of the reasons why the tail is so big is to give you that control at low speeds. It's why the wings are big and fat on these stall airplanes, is to give you control at low speeds. All right. No problems. No problems. Beautiful. All right, we'll start bringing the. Oh, I trimmed too much there. Start bringing the props back so we don't burn up the engines. So just bring the prop back. Like, if you wanted to keep it going as fast as you could, pretty much bring that back till your temperature stops. There we go. Temperature stopped. 133, 134, not bad. Again, the whole point of this plane is not to go super fast. It's to be able to go short fields, take off really quickly. That's what its whole job is. Yeah, because of that, it trades off higher speed. The fatter the wing, the more drag you have, the slower you're going to go. The less sweep, the slower you're going to go. Bunch of different things like that. How aerodynamic it is. So there's a bunch of things that will give you good slow speed performance that will not give you good high speed performance. And so you end up losing some of that high speed performance to get low speed performance. So what do I do have I do have electric radiators in there. I try not to use them if I don't have to, but just get that little extra bit of cooling in there. Yeah. You know, we're at 760 RPM. We're not overheating. We're going 137 knots. You know, pretty good performance. There was the goat, the near goat hitting was right over there at that village. Like there's so many cool missions they could do. Like you have some villages in this area. It's pretty like open and barren, and like one of the ways to fill that up is like the missions can go anywhere, but like having little missions where like you go into the village to drop it to bring in supplies. You can bring it by a truck. You can bring it by a plane. Like my whole thing too is I would love to see them add those islands. I want an island here in this quadrant, an island here in this quadrant, an island here in this quadrant, an island like here in this quadrant, maybe island here. So these two quadrants and those two, and then, you know, people have been asking for a tropical island for a while. Put one of the tropical islands down here, and then you know you could theme the islands. I talked about that before. Like one of them is a fishing island. So it has a boat, have a really tiny grass airstrip with a tiny little shack for small planes. And you can go in and out of there with your plane. So like the people complained about, oh my god, I got to go all the way over here for fishing. Yeah, the boat's slow. So make it so you fly out of here in your airplane. You land here at the base. You spawn your boat. You fish, fish, fish. There's no place to sell the fish. Come back with your boat, offload the fish, put them on your plane, and now you fly your plane from here back to FJ and sell the fish. That now gives you a reason to use a bunch of builds. It makes it, it gives you some logistic stuff too, which is challenges you need to engineer for. And I think it makes it a hell of a lot more interesting. You know, there are some people who always cry because what they want to do is they want to go from here to here, catch $1 million a piece fish, and come back and just make the number get bigger and bigger and bigger. And that's fine if they want to do that, but as far as I'm concerned, if you're going to do that, you might as well just turn on cheats, because it's like, the point is, if money is hard to get, it gives it some value. You know, if money is easy, it's got no value. Alright, so we're going prop full forward. You can hear the engines start to rev up. Start to bring the manifold pressure back. I think I'm going to make this power a little bit slower here. The power changes. I need more granular control. You know, so that, I think that would make it really cool. And then, like, theme another island. Like, you know, maybe it has a big airport. And then you do more pasture missions. You know, that gives you a reason to get out there. Because, of course, yeah, you don't want to drive a boat all over the place because, you know, you might go 20, 30 knots. But you don't need to. You know, you don't need to go everywhere in the map in the boat. You know, go from, you know, the harbor of the fishing village out like a few miles, go fish, and then, oh, I have no place to sell it, so now you want to put it on your plane, or an Ekranoplan, or a fast boat, or something to get you around, you know? That was a little bit, I let it stall out just a hair on the touchdown there. Like, we've used barely any fuel. We'll respawn it, we can see where we're at on fuel. It's very, 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 very minimal fuel usage. You can work the stall speed on this stuff. You know, I'm not a huge fan of like perfectly dialing that stuff in like that, because it's like you take it the engineering way. That goes more magic. Like, hey, I want my plane to stall at 30, and you just make it do it. I'm not a huge fan of that. Like, I'll show you my Antonov 2. We'll save this. Like, my Antonov 2 can go super slow because it is designed to go super slow. Let's see, Caribou and whatever today's date is. What are we at here? 8-6. Alright, so that's saved. Let's find the Ant 2. So like this, IRL you can get down to like 30, 40 knots. And you can do it all with just what's in the game. You don't need any chicanery or bullshit, really. You can do it with what's in the game. Let's try to remember how to start this thing. I might have not... trying to think, we may need to do infinite fuel just because the... I don't think I have my tanks ventilated on this. I haven't touched it really since then. Let's go flaps. So there's 50-something knots. That was like 55 knots for takeoff. Let's go full flaps for landing. We'll see where a slow flight looks like. We'll do some slow flight here. So there's 43 knots in slow flight. So... need a little bit of power. We're stalling there. There we go. About 40, 43, 44 knots, something like that, probably. Slow flight. It's about where it is in the real one. And it's, again, it's all just design. It's not like... because at that point, it's like, you know, I get the impulse to be like, oh, this flap does X, Y, Z, but it's like, you know... It's a cheating thing. It's like, oh, this thing, you know, you're increasing the values on it. It's like you might as well XML it at that point. I don't know. Like, the point is, we all use the same parts, and the cool thing is, how do we accomplish things? By using the same parts and using our skill, and as we've, you know, adapted to it to get those parts. And like, my outer ailerons, they are flaperons, because guess what? The real one is flaperons. The bottom set is all flaps, because that's on the real one, they're all flaps. And I can get very slow flight, just like the regular Antonov 2, with no chicanery, just design work. So like that is that we're on the edge of a stall right now. I can feel it. Just like I would in real life. I can feel the stall, and what do? Add a little power, and I'm out of the stall. That's essentially what you do in slow flight, is you're flying around right in the edge of the stall, and as you feel the stall, you can add a little power. Let's go ahead and touch down. I add a little trim here. There we go. We're down. There's 50 knots. You know, so it's, you know, that's all design work on that. Blown flap slam. Alright, so made some good progress on that. I think we'll finish it up there. That was good. We're wanting to get back into it, but I looked and I got a lot of time, so I don't want to get burned out on it too. I got 17 days till the challenge is over, and plane's looking pretty good. Last kind of steps that needs is it's system stuff, and the nice thing is, like, it's running. I can do everything the plane needs to do. The systems, like, what I'll do is I'll add in primer. I'm trying to think how to do the primer. So I think you'll have to prime, and then that will turn on the fuel, essentially. So that'll be part of it. What else? Yeah, pretty much it. Gens are in there. I just need to do electrical work, so it's coming along. It's a little bit of decorating work, but it's not. It doesn't need that much decorating work. It's a workhorse. It just is. You know, it has one door in the back, I think, right here, IRL. I added a door because if I put my pallets in, I can't get by them. So I might just homunculus over them. I might get rid of that front door because it's not realistic, and it is supposed to be a replica. So I might just get rid of that front door. I don't know. We'll see. Because I feel like the problem is if I get a pallet in here, right there, I'm not going to be able to get in and out of it. You could say that I could drop the ramp and then jump over the pallets like so, if I can do it. Yeah, but again, for Alistair's challenge, I might yank the door. But, you know, I want to be able to hold my pallets, too. Especially with my challenge just finishing, I wanted to make sure that, you know, mine could do it. But, yeah. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I will see you guys in the next one.